The CEO clearly has assets worth over $1 billion, yet he wants to give all his assets to a woman who works as a cleaner, just because the CEO has a terminal illness and only 3 days left to live, and happened to see the woman working hard sweeping the streets. So he decided to give all his assets to her, but unexpectedly, the woman wasn't interested at all. Instead, she immediately saw that the CEO had a terminal illness. Seeing how sincere the CEO was, insisting on giving her the money, the woman, who rarely takes action, decided to help the CEO. It turned out the woman was actually a top-tier doctor, and also a mysterious master who had reached the pinnacle in dozens of fields like finance, tech, and the military. Everyone thought that with a top doctor taking action, the CEO would be saved. But just as the woman was about to begin treatment, several luxury cars stopped in front of the CEO. 3 well-known doctors got out of the cars. The 3 doctors all expressed their willingness to do their best to cure the CEO's illness, all because the CEO's mother had issued a bounty that whoever could cure the CEO would be allowed to marry him. And the 3 famous doctors had come precisely for that reason. But the woman said that in this world, besides herself, no one else could cure the CEO's illness. As soon as she said this, the 3 doctors immediately got angry. They said bluntly that the woman was just a lowly cleaner and dared to speak so arrogantly here. Upon hearing this, the CEO still wanted to defend the woman, but the next second, his illness flared up and he coughed up blood. Seeing this, the assistant quickly helped the CEO into the car, then invited the 3 doctors to the CEO's residence to treat him. To be on the safe side, the assistant also invited the woman to treat the CEO. And the woman saw that the CEO was a good person. It would be a real shame if he just died like this, so she agreed to help. When they arrived at the CEO's home, the CEO was already unconscious. At that moment, the CEO's mother was very happy to see the 3 top doctors arrive, so she hurriedly asked the 3 doctors to begin treatment. The 3 doctors then took turns checking the CEO's pulse, but none of them could figure out what illness the CEO had, so of course, they were unable to treat him. The CEO's mother panicked at the sight, so she hurriedly asked the 3 doctors if there was any other way to save the CEO. But if even the 3 top doctors couldn't treat him, then only that mysterious top doctor could do it. But that top doctor was elusive after all, and ordinary people had no way of finding her, so how could they even begin to search for her? Just as the CEO's mother was worrying about this, the woman stepped forward and directly said that she was the top doctor. But as soon as she said that, the 3 doctors mocked her, saying that she was just a cleaner and yet dared to call herself a top doctor. If a cleaner could treat illnesses, then what was the point of doctors like them who had studied medicine so hard? While the 3 doctors belittled and questioned the woman, the CEO's mother also gradually believed that the woman was a fraud. Then she even ordered the bodyguards to throw the woman out. Fortunately, the CEO's assistant stopped them in time because the CEO didn't have much time left, and the 3 famous doctors had no solution. Even if the woman was a fraud, it wouldn't hurt to let her try. Hearing this, the CEO's mother agreed, but the arrogant tone still made the woman very unhappy. After all, when people ask the woman for medical treatment, they always beg her, never order her around. Seeing the CEO's mother's attitude like this, the woman immediately turned to leave. Fortunately, the CEO's assistant stopped her in time and even knelt on one knee in front of her, begging her to save the CEO. Only then did the woman reluctantly agree. She walked over to the CEO, ready to start treatment, but the 3 doctors nearby kept mocking her non-stop, saying she was just a fraud, faking it well. The woman couldn't be bothered to respond. She calmly pulled an acupuncture kit out of her pocket and precisely inserted 3 needles into the CEO's scalp. In an instant, the CEO coughed up blood and then passed out again. The CEO's mother thought the woman had killed him. The 3 doctors also condemned her for disgracing the medical profession and said she should be arrested and punished severely. But the woman confidently stated that the CEO's illness had been cured. Hearing that, the 3 doctors rushed to check his condition and were shocked to find his pulse stable, clear signs of recovery. Seeing this, the 3 doctors were stunned and couldn't help but wonder who this woman really was, but she simply said, "I'm just a cleaner." Then, under everyone's shocked gaze, she turned and left. She had barely walked out when she ran into her fiancé. He took out a marriage contract and said he wanted to break off the engagement. It turned out the fiancé had made his family the city's richest in 5 years, while the woman, in his eyes, was just a cleaner. That's why he felt she wasn't worthy of him. On top of that, his company had signed a contract with Temple Group and was about to receive $100 billion investment. By then, he would look down on her even more. But he had no idea that the woman was the chairwoman of Temple Group and a world-renowned top doctor. Seeing the arrogant look on his face, she was filled with anger. She bluntly said she was the one who had supported him and allowed Temple Group to invest in his company. But the fiancé scoffed, thinking she was just a lowly cleaner and could never have that kind of power. He even threatened that if she didn't end the engagement, she'd regret it. The woman was utterly dismissive. She not only rejected his demand to break off the engagement, but also said she wanted to see how exactly he planned to make her regret it. Hearing this, the fiancé became furious and said he would give her an unforgettable wedding.